Okay, it's just a little after 7 o'clock. We'll start the September meeting of the regular meeting of the Village Board of Trustees. We'll start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Solichak,
Here.
Trustee Cook,
Here.
Trustee Rizzo, Mayor Gifford.
Here. Item number 3 is there's privilege of the floor. Is there anybody who would like to be heard at privilege of the floor? Please raise your hand.
And
To unmute, go ahead.
I'd like to raise my hand, Michael Barberi.
Okay.
I can talk about anything.
Yes. Yeah, give us your name and address.
Michael Barberi, 214 Alexander Ave, Scotia. We have a situation here that where Niagara Mohawk's contractors came and replaced our gas line in the springtime. And they went through the islands to do the gas line. So they dug up the islands, did a really poor job of compacting the dirt on the islands. COVID hit, they came back, planted grass seed, didn't level the islands. So I went through and dug up the island and replanted the grass seed. Well, upon replanting the grass seed, I noticed that the whole sidewalk is undermined. There's no dirt underneath the sidewalk. So I contacted Kathy Bushy at the town and told her about it, and she gave me the contractor's name, the Niagara Mohawk contractor's name. So I talked to the guy and I said, look, it's happening to my sidewalk. It's happened to my neighbor's sidewalk at the left of me and then the neighbor's sidewalk to the right of me. And it's gotten to the point now where the sidewalk is caving in so bad and the curb of my neighbor's is caving in so bad that I would close the sidewalk if I was the Village of Scotia and have somebody come over and take a look at it because it's pretty dangerous.
Okay.
And I feel as a taxpayer, I shouldn't be liable to pay for this because they're the ones that undermined the sidewalk and they're the reason why it's caving in.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we can get them to do that. So noted. Thank you.
The road is also, they're having problems with the road too. They paved it over. Now they've come back as I believe the road is caving in and now they put concrete on top of the pavement. So when the road caves in, taxpayers got to flip the bill for that. So they have to come, somebody's got to keep an eye on these guys and make sure that they're doing this job right and not cobbing it up the whole way through.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to be heard at the privilege of the floor? Okay, seeing none, we'll close privilege of the floor. Item number 4, Local Law 2020E relating to outdoor burning. So this is, we had talked about doing an ordinance to amend our outdoor burning to allow propane and natural gas fire pits under conditions. So the first part of this is a public hearing. Is there anybody who would like to speak relating to the outdoor burning fire pit rule?
I thought that the propane was already okay.
What? No.
But it isn't?
No.
Okay.
I would like to speak also. My name's Mary Youngs, and I also live at 214 Alexander Avenue
Okay.
in Scotia. And I would hope you don't rescind the burning. I can understand people wanting a propane. There's minimal risk, less fumes. But people don't adhere to the current rules. Every single night, there's a fire somewhere in the general area. I'm a lung transplant recipient, and I have to go around closing all the windows because I can't breathe. I can't go and find out, we've tried to see who is burning so that I could at least ask them nicely. Please don't do that because it carries, and I have needed to use a rescue inhaler just to breathe. And it's not being enforced unless somebody is a tattletale and says, hey, so-and-so has a fire. And I'd like to see it just stay as it is. If people would adhere to the rule, you could try broadening it, but they won't adhere to what we have. That's my 2 cents worth. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, the idea is that this particular appliance doesn't smell and doesn't put out harmful fumes.
Right.
Whether, that's, okay, so noted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak on this? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. I would entertain a motion to move on local law 2020 E. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Solichak. Trustee Rizzo. Trustee Cook. Trustee Gray.
Yes.
Trustee Mayor Gifford. I apologize.
Yes. Item number 5 is, can we have a motion to authorize payment number 2 to CFI Contracting in the amount of $37,980.05 for wastewater pump station project contract 3 general construction. So this is having to do with the wastewater plant on corner of Shawnee, Washington and Iroquois. The next step in the cleanup of that. Somebody like to
I'll make the motion to accept that and make that payment.
I'll second.
clerk call the roll?
Trustee Solichak.
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo. Trustee Gray.
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item number 6, we have a request from the fire chief to decommission a small amount of fire hose that failed in the pump test or hose test. Can we have a motion to do that?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Item number 7, we have a resolution approving the proposal by Chazen Companies to provide landscape architectural and engineering services required for the improvement of the Mohawk Shawnee Trail.
Just to confirm that this is part of the New York State grant that we received for the restoration of that trail and the trailhead park.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution approving the proposal of the Chazen Companies to provide landscape architectural engineering services.
You don't have to read the whole thing. Okay. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Uh,
Thank you, Andrew, for the description you sent earlier.
Clerk call the roll?
Trustee Solichak.
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo. Trustee Cook.
Yes.
Trustee Gray.
Yes.
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Item number 8, we have a resolution seeking seeker local lead agency status for the review of the Mohawk Shawnee Trail project. So we have to turn that into the state that the Village of Scotia would be the lead agency. We have a motion for that?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Call the roll?
Trustee Solichak?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Gray?
Yes.
Yes. Item number 9, can we have a motion to authorize the mayor to sign contract with the Scotia Professional Firefighters Association? So this is
I think we should table this.
this is a contract that we have been working on for the last year and a half. Anyway, I'm sorry, Heather, I missed that.
I think we should table this.
So,
Clarify the years this contract covers.
sorry?
Can you clarify the years this contract covers?
Oh.
There's a typo somewhere.
Yeah, so the contract covers the year from June 1st, 2019 to May 31st, 2023. 2024, sorry. We have a motion to table. And a second. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Solichak?
No.
Trustee Rizzo?
Yes.
Trustee Cook?
No.
Trustee Gray?
Yes, I want to table it.
Mayor Gifford?
No. Okay. So the tabling's defeated. Can we have a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the contract with the Professional Firefighters Association?
Yeah, I'd like to make that motion. I'd also like to say that I think this is it's a good compromise with the fire department and looking towards the future of the village. It's putting us in a position, even though we are in troubling times, it is putting us in a position long term to be competitive and successful. So I make the motion to have the mayor sign the contract with the Scotia Professional Firefighters Association.
Thank you. Do you have a second?
I'll second. And I also want to add that considering the situation that we're in with current volunteer levels as well as national trends in volunteer levels, making sure that we have a robust fire department that is capable, well-trained, and valued is something that I support.
Thank you. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Solichak?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo? Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Gray?
No.
Mayor Gifford?
Yes. Item number 10, can we have a resolution to providing section 384E? That's the retirement plan listed in the contract. We have to make a separate resolution for that for the unlimited open period.
I think that should be tabled as well.
Okay. Do we have a second? Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Solichak?
No.
Trustee Rizzo? Trustee Cook?
No.
Trustee Gray?
Yes, we haven't had any time to publicly go over all this.
I'm sorry, Heather, can you repeat that?
It's a yes, because we haven't had enough time to review everything.
Mayor Gifford?
No, thank you. So item number 10, can we have a resolution providing the section 384E?
I will make the motion to provide section 384E in the SPFA contract.
Second,
I'll second.
clerk call the roll.
Can you explain
Trustee
what this
Zolotruck.
is?
Yes.
Trustee Rizzo. Trustee Cook.
Yes.
Trustee Gray.
No,
Mayor Gifford.
Yes. Okay, item number 11. Mayor's
I'm
comments.
sorry.
Board.
Excuse me one moment. Can you explain what that motion was with this past one? You just mentioned a number. It didn't explain what it actually provides.
Wait. Sorry, this is not a, I don't know who's talking, but it's not a public session. It's not a comment.
Yeah, I will say if you want to reach out to one of us personally, we'll explain. It's just basically identifying a section of the contract that was approved.
And same here. I encourage any village resident who has questions regarding this to email me. My village email is jcook@villageofscotiany.gov.
yes, and I'll be happy, Heather Gray, to answer any questions as well.
When Heather speaks, can this all be really turned off because you cannot hear at all?
It's terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What's the sense, really?
Well, I need to turn up the volume of who's speaking, but I was asked to lower mine, but I'm gonna turn them up when people speak.
Good.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so item number 11, mayor's comments to the board. Besides the union contracts, we've the village has been going along pretty well. The splash pad has been very busy, and the kids seem to really enjoy it. The community gardens that George is responsible for are beautiful right now. I just picked a bunch of tomatoes today. They were mine. The library renovation, if anybody gets a chance to go down and look at the library, it's amazing. I think they finished today doing the landscaping around the edges, but it's got new slate roof and beautiful copper trim all over the place and newly painted. It looks great. There's also a story walk, a new story walk going out from there. So if you have any kids, bring them down and walk down the path toward the kiddie park. And there's a storybook laid out in pieces as you go along. It's pretty neat. I wanted to send a shout out to the fire department for the good stop on the fire on Washington Avenue. We worked very hard at it, and with limited water supply, got the fire stopped before it took the whole house down, so it was kind of nice. And those are my comments. Item number 12, correspondence, liaison, and special committee reports. Trustee Solotro?
Yes, I want to comment about the garden. I need to mow in between the beds. I apologize to Jimmy because I needed to. I'm behind on that, but yeah, very pleased with the results from the garden this year. Very pleased with the way things are going. I just want to say I'm feeling for everybody who has kids returning to school next week. My kids are returning to Scotia schools. 5th grade, 7th grade, and 9th grade this year. So it's an interesting time. I'd like to thank the school board for being as involved and detailed as possible. I got the opportunity to sit on the communication board and listen to how much has gone into providing for an in-person education as much as they're possible during this time. So have warm feelings for everybody as we go into next week. So, and that's about it. Thank you.
Can I add to the community garden thing? If anybody gets a chance, go down there and look. The historian has a sample of broomcorn that they used to grow in Scotia all over the place for making brooms, especially down there. But there's broomcorn that must be 15 feet tall. I mean, it's amazing. It's like it towers over everything.
Yeah, I also congratulate Beverly because she got some hops to actually grow down there this year. I tried unsuccessfully twice, and the interesting part about the first time I tried to grow hops there, some morning glory seeds transplanted with it, and they are all over the grass next to the bed now. At least the morning glories were.
Okay,
Exceptional.
thank you. Trustee Rizzo?
Yeah, I'd like to tip the hat to Officer for help on that fire. She did a very good job getting everybody out safe and calling the authorities to get up there as quick as possible. I also want to thank the fire department for a job well done in controlling that fire. It could have got a lot worse, but our guys took care of it as always. We are working on a new plan for Holiday on the Avenue. We thought maybe a parade around the village with the departments from the village attending and other village businesses attending. We're working on that, and we'll have a report forthcoming when that happens. And I also like the ribbons. I see the ribbons around the village. It's a nice touch. And that's all I have to report.
The ribbons are for Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. I'm sorry, Trustee Gray?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to Officer Peck and the fire department. Saturday was a really tough day, and I want to commend everyone that was involved. Officer Peck, you got a lot of shout outs on Facebook, so you should be commend, you were the first person there at the right time, so I can't even say thank you enough. And our wonderful fire department, we rely upon you, and the residents rely upon you, so thank you everyone involved. I've been working with Chief Harrigan. We had a liaison meeting yesterday, and we met for a couple hours. We are going to be still focusing on trying to get some cameras through the county, and hopefully that will be included in the upcoming county budget. Also, we are starting to work on some grants. We have 3 grants that we will be writing together, which in the next couple weeks, we're going to follow up and we're going to apply for those. The police traffic safety grant will be implemented in October, and we haven't gotten paid for that yet. We will be getting paid. That's about $5,400, and that grant is geared towards traffic safety initiative. We have discussed economizing the budget as the mayor had requested in our last meeting. I do want to also give a shout out to Chief Harrigan for all the fine work he's done. The performance evaluations have been included in the contract, and I will, that's something new, and that's something that he really wanted for it to be included. So I will be presenting that to the board so that we can hopefully ratify that. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. Trustee Cook?
Yes, so I want to again take a moment to personally thank Officer Peck as well as the entire Scotia Fire Department. My good friends live at 133 Washington Avenue.
33.
33 Washington Avenue. And I was there pretty much from start to end, helping even clean out the house. And I was particularly amazed by the empathy that the fire department as well as Chief Almy gave to the family during this time. Retrieving and actually minimizing as best they could under the conditions that they were working in, preserving family belongings, including really priceless family photographs of Mr. Gibbons, who unfortunately passed away just around Hurricane Irene. So this is a heartfelt thank you to those men and women who really stood up to protect the property as well as the lives of the village residents. I also want to just give note, I couldn't imagine it being on any different staffing levels. Imagining any Scotia firefighter going into that building alone would have been a scary thing to think about. So thank you for everything that firefighters do for village residents, and thank you for all the work you did and the kindness and compassion that you showed to my friends. From the bid, they actually have a meeting coming up in September. The Scotia bid is in a collaborative right now for Schenectady Strong. It is a COVID-19 awareness campaign and pledge for both businesses and guests to create an environment that allows our small businesses and family businesses and neighborhood businesses to stay open and thrive and try to thrive through this entire pandemic. So if you go to discoverschenectady.com or .org, you can actually, as village residents, can check out and see how they can help be part of this Schenectady Strong initiative. It is a countywide initiative, also sponsored by Schenectady County. I also want to take a moment to thank Andrew and his DPW team. Earlier on today, we made some movements forward in the wastewater treatment plant rehab, which is part of a New York State grant to go ahead and improve the facility on Shawnee. It's all previous meetings. We've also voted to finally demolish and remediate the old wastewater treatment plant to make way for the trailhead park that's going to be part of the Mohawk Shawnee bike trail I mentioned earlier in this meeting. So we have an incredible group of DPW workers working day in and day out to keep our roads clean and safe. I saw, if you haven't noticed, you saw the street cleaners out, and many residents have received bottles for water sampling. So that is also ongoing through our DPW team as well. So big thank you to them. Mayor Gifford, that's all I have.
Thank you. Let's see. Item number 13, departmental reports.
I move we accept the department reports with thanks.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Item number 14, budget adjustments for the month of August.
I'll make a motion to accept the budget adjustments for the month of August.
Do you have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Heather?
Aye.
Okay. Item number 15, audited claims. Can we have a motion to pay our bills?
I'll make the motion to pay our bills.
I'll second.
Call the roll.
Sorry. Trustee Spolstra,
Yes.
trustee Rizzo,
Yes.
trustee Cook,
Yes.
trustee Gray,
Yes.
Mayor Gifford.
Item number 16, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the August 12th Village Board regular meeting?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 17, can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the August 17th special meeting?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Item number 18, can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the September 1st special meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 19, new business. Does anybody have any new business for the order? Okay, item number 20, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Night.